So starting off with a new group, for me anyway, with Pixy, I believe is pronunciation. Look, I don't know. K-pop group names can be like a bunch of different things, okay? So Trick or Treat, which I thought was perfect for this spooky season to be checking out. I also see that we've got like some costumes going on. Seems like this group too has some Halloween kind of performance things. So I'm excited. I don't know what to expect other than probably Halloween vibes. Okay. Okay. I like the beat. Okay, wait, okay, so first off, the beat, amazing. The, like, guitars that are coming in as well, I think that it fits so well with that, again, Halloween vibe, right? Having this kind of plucky staccato feeling to the production. Even, like, sweet scream. I think that that is such a interesting juxtaposition between those two words, right? Usually you don't get sweet with something like fear, but if we're talking about, like, from the perspective of one of the creatures of Halloween or like of the spook season or whatever, then it makes sense to have that kind of like delight in someone else's fear, right? Even the like eyes following. I like the cadence of that last line. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Even, okay, I know we're about to get into the drop, but even the like distortion on the voice there, or there was the almost sort of like the creak that you get with like an acoustic guitar, right? Like you get these little creaks while you're playing it. And I think that's really fun thing to keep in there for something like a Halloween track, because it's almost like the creaking floors or like the creaking in the old house, like the haunted house and everything. I think that fits so well. Okay, brass. Ooh, that's really fun. Wait, the sound effects, like all the production things with the little vocalization, that's really fun. Especially it makes me like, we've got all the layered voices, right? So that's really fun just in terms of sonically what we're getting from the song, but it also makes me think of ghosts, the voices again in one of those like haunted houses or whatever. Really love the flip up kind of cadence that we're getting. There's something almost kind of like this jerky movement to it in the way that they are going about that cadence. So I think that's really fun. We got a little bit of a brass section there, and that's always the fastest way to get my attention, is to put some brass in your song. Love just like the commitment to the like spooky vibes. Even the strings that we got, right, were like a little bit more like staccato, right? Like they have some of that like sound effect that you get in like scary movies, right? When the like creature's like creeping forward. Hey, surprise! Wait, we gotta go back. I didn't rewind properly. Wait, even the, like, I was thinking the creak, it's almost like the plucking, like you pluck a string, but you're not quite like doing it in a specific like melody, right? So it's just letting this really like sharp sound that you get from plucking the string. That's really fun. I really like a voice so sweet, but I think of that almost like a siren or like someone like coaxing you in, right? But it could also be someone like, we had the like sweet scream before, so someone's sweet voice could also just be like, I like hearing your fear. The imagery of that, I love this do re mi, right? Like the, again, melody of like singing, right? The way that you kind of learn how to sing different notes and was it like scales? Anyway, I think that's really fun, like in terms of being this music, almost like sirens, right? If we're talking about like luring somebody in, could be like sirens, but also they're like these creatures that look like certain way, right, to make sure that people drawn to them, and then they end up being like these horrific creatures, right? So I think it's really interesting to have this mixture of this haunting kind of creature with the whole creepy undertone of everything. And this almost looks like, sounds like dropped coins or something. Like a squeaky toy sound. It's crazy the amount of things going on in the production. Like we have strings happening, we have the like creaking and like plucking of the different string instruments, we have the brass coming in, we have like fun distortion on some of the vocals, which I think really fits into, again, that kind of creature that might look a certain way on the outside, but you don't really know what's lurking underneath the surface. And then it's like squeaky toy as well. There's so many different things that they're just layering up, which I think is great with a song where you're really leaning into the spooky Halloween vibes, is that you can do like weird things in the production, because it's like, yeah, there'll be like weird noises and like unsettling like shifts in the melodies and everything, because that just like fits into what you're supposed to be doing with like a spooky song, right? Ooh. Ooh, I love the melody there. Okay, vocals. Wait, I was already like, the shift in that like whisper tone, like the soft tone that we got was already great. And then we just took off with that note. Hold up. Dang. I like the group vocal. The little giggle. Wait, I also noticed that we had the la 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 la's, right? There was like this, it sounded like the knocking sound, like trick or treat, where you like knock on the door, but it's almost this like more like aggressive kind of bassier sound, right? It sounds like banging on the doors, be like, let me in. Like this idea of trying to keep something out. You have the group themselves as these creatures that are like trying to coax you out, right? So it really fits into that kind of haunted house or like horror movie where you're like in a like cabin in the woods or something, where, you know, like you're like, I definitely shouldn't go to the basement or to that creepy room that is all like locked up or whatever. I should definitely stay where I am and not go towards that noise. But someone always does, right? Someone always goes towards the noise, or they like split up, and I'm like, what are we doing? Okay, stay in the safe zone. Don't go wandering off. Don't go exploring in the old rundown house. No. But I thought it was so much fun. Like, I love the little giggle and all of the kind of like sweet, softer vocals that they had, right? There's a very soft delivery to a bunch of it because it's supposed to be coaxing you in. It's supposed to be like, what, me? Dangerous? No. So having that vibe mixed with some of those creeper elements, I think is a really good mix. All right, so this is the Pixy like special clip that they did for Trick or Treat. I'm not sure how much is in it. It looks like It's like a fun video. I just thought this is like the closest I got to a music video for this one. Love the old like horror film font. The like haunted photos. I like her tone too. I love this concept of I was saying it sounds like a haunted house or like haunted mansion or whatever, and they're like in the photographs. We even have like the line of "my eyes are following you," right? It's this idea of you're walking past this like wall of photos and they're watching you as you're walking through the haunted house. I think it's so good for them to lean into that. Also cute to have your little trick-or-treat basket. I like having the multiples of them. Are we just like a rich person with the hat? I like them coming out of the photos, the frames. Whoa, I like that too, of the like hearing in the hallway, right? And they're like, hey. Even that is like super creepy, right? Like you're just like walking down the hallway or something, like you're just minding your own business and you hear like a voice whispering in your ear, right? Like incorporating all those elements that are very much like that horror kind of element. Also, whomever this is, her facial expressions, adorable. I don't know, her eyes just seem very happy to me, and that makes me very happy. I have no context for that other than every time she smiles, I'm like, I know what you're singing about should make me like more cautious, but you're cute. I even like that like gesturing and the camera zooms in. Do not take the apple though. I do love them like coming in and out of the frames, even the one where we like zoomed in inside of the frame and they were like overlapping with each other, even though like surprise, and it was like different, like overlapping, almost like apparitions, right? So I think that's so fun too. The acting like scared, so frightening. That might be my favorite part of the song, that like chocolate cotton candy line. I love the cadence. Chocolate coated candy. I like a transition with the sword. Like this cut. Wait, did Vampire with the great facial expressions do the note? I can't pick a bias this early on. That would be ridiculous. I haven't even committed to like fully checking out the group. I can't. No, hang on. The whole point of this song is you're supposed to be luring me in, and I'm supposed to resist. You can't be doing this. A little knock. I love the floating by. Ooh, I like the transition there too, of the having them all sitting very like static in the photo and then having it be like them kind of all interacting and then like shifting back. Again, very much in that pocket of haunted mansion or walking through like an old house, right? That has all these like secrets and stuff. I even love they have the different costumes on. So it's like all these different kind of entities like lurking in the walls and stuff of this house. It's so much fun, just like conceptually. And I think it's a really fun way to do something like this. That's a bit of a, I'm assuming more of a B-side than one of their like main discography songs or like their main singles. So it's a fun way to have the right vibes for the song and do something fun for the kind of Halloween season without having to do like a whole production for it. That's super fun. I love that. I can't pick a bias already though. That would be ridiculous of me. We can collectively agree. Okay, Daejung? Not that I need to know, because I'm not gonna do anything with that information. I'm not committing to anything, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.